So cosine rule, let's have a look at this aspect. In the triangle ABC, AC is 2, we can see that BC is 3 and AB is 4. Use the cosine rule to find the value of tan of angle CBA. So CBA, so this angle that they mark for us without using calculator. Now I'm going to specify what they mean by that and then give you answer in a very specific form with terms and condition. So they are telling us to use cosine rule. So what is cosine rule? We go to our table and we write down the formula. So where is that formula in our table? Page 16. So we write down the formula. We now need to know where is A, B, and C in our own triangle. So how do we know? We always start with a reference angle, either the angle we have to find or the angle given to us, and that is our capital A. The side that is opposite, that will be small a. And then the remaining two sides, the B and C, for cosine rule doesn't matter because we added them here and here we are multiplying them. So we are saying, okay, so if we replace those letters with numbers, so instead of A, we put 2 to the power of 2 instead of B, we put 3 to the power of 2 instead of C, 4 to the power of 2 minus 2 multiply again by B, which is 3, multiply by C, which is 4, and then multiply by cos of our angle. So where am I going with this calculation? Where I need to find tan of my angle A. So everything, including cos, have to go to the other side. So if I move numbers around, right? So 2 to the power of 2, 4. 3 to the power of 2, 9. Move it to the other side, change the sign. 4 to the power of 16. Move it to the other side, change the sign. 2 by 3 by 4. And then again, you will be wondering, do I need to do that actually in my head? No, you don't. That's not the point. What they are saying actually without using a calculator has to do with the tan. How do we find the tan? Because if now I get to the very end, so let's move 24 to the other side. How do we do that? Divide both sides by that minus 24. So that means I have 4 minus 9 minus 16 divided minus 24, and that equals cos of A. In order for me to find tan of A, that means I have to move the cos to the other side because I need to have my angle A. So what they actually mean by not using the calculator is this idea here. So can I find the value of the fraction here using the calculator? Yes, of course I can. So if we use calculator, we find out that that is 7 over 8. Or if we didn't use calculator and we did our numbers, we will say that will be 21 over minus 24. Plus because both of them become positive. Whichever way you want to go doesn't make any difference. The point is that if I had this angle using the calculator, then I will say what tan of whatever that angle is, isn't it? And I will tell them that's what it is, tan of that angle. But that's where they don't want you to use calculator. So how can I get from cos to tan? So how do we get cos? How do we get tan? How do we get sin? Don't forget they all come from a right angle triangle. That's the only place they exist. So if that my angle A, this side is small a, then side opposite the right angle is C, and then remaining part is B. So what is the tan? And page 16, again in our table, is telling me that it's A over B. And what is cos? Because that's what I have. So cos is what? B over C. So I have here the cos, isn't it? So, sorry, before I move that, because I move it to the other side. So I have cos of A, right? So I have my 7 over 8, which is cos of A. So that means that 7 is what? B, so that is 7, and 8 is C, so that is 8, and I need this A for the tan calculation. How do I find that? Well, what's the other formula we use that we have on page 16 in our table when it comes to right angle triangle? Pythagoras. So if I'm looking for the value of A, what do? Take my B to the other side, change the sign, and then to eliminate power of 2, we take a square root of the other side. So applying that information here, my tan of A, value of A will be what I just found. So square root of C, which is 8 to the power of 2, minus B, which is 7 to the power of 2, and then divide by value of B, which is 7. And again, yes, you can put that in the calculator, don't worry. That's not an issue here. So what we get here, that is a square root of 15 over C, and that's where the terms and condition are coming from, that we need to give it in this form, and this value here under the square root and then value here at the bottom of the fraction, they have to belong to Z. And if we don't remember what Z is about, page 23 in our maths table will show us that they are whole positive or negative values, no fraction. And that's what we have, positive value, whole number, whole number. So yes, we fulfill that condition. And like I'm saying, without using the calculator, the main part was here to have to use our Pythagoras to find the value of A missing for the tan calculation.